not left over from this morning, warm. Warm like someone had just been holding it, and I had been gone for 4 hours. The door was locked when I came back, both locks, my key, but the cup was warm. I moved into the house in March. 2-bedroom, old neighborhood, the kind of quiet that feels earned. I live alone, have for 3 years. I like it that way. The first month, nothing. Just me and the usual sounds, pipes settling, the floor near the kitchen. It started small, the way these things do. I'd come home from work, and something would be slightly off. A chair pulled out. Just one, by about 6 inches. I told myself I forgot to push it back in. I told myself that for 2 weeks. Then I came home one Thursday and found my kitchen window cracked. Not broken, just open. A ½ inch. I never opened that window. It faces the alley, and on the sill, a single ring of moisture, like a mug had been set there. Recently, that's when I started paying attention. I started documenting. Before I left each morning, I'd photograph every room, the table, the counters, the chairs, the position of everything. 3 days of nothing. I started to feel stupid. Then, on the 5th day, I came home to find the 2nd bedroom door open. I keep it closed, always. There's nothing in there, just boxes from the move, still taped shut. I checked my photos from the morning. The door was closed. Clearly, I could see the latch. I went in. Nothing disturbed. Boxes untouched. Dust the same, except one box. In the far corner, had a small indentation on the top. Circular. Like something had been set on it. Something the size of a mug. I set up a camera. Cheap one, motion activated, pointed at the front door. Week 1. Nothing triggered it while I was gone. But the signs kept coming. A book moved, one I hadn't touched in weeks. Left open on the coffee table. I don't remember the last time I read that book. The bathroom, my soap, moved to the other side of the sink. Wet. I shower in the morning. I had been gone since 7 a.m. And then I noticed the pattern. It only happened on the days I left for more than 2 hours. Short trips. Nothing. Lunch. Nothing. But a long errand, a full workday, a drive. Something changed. Like something was waiting, watching the clock, learning my schedule. I rearranged the cameras. 3 now. Front door, kitchen, hallway. I took a Saturday, drove 2 hours out, sat in a gas station parking lot, and watched the feeds on my phone. The cameras showed nothing for 6 hours. Nothing moved. No motion, no alerts. I drove back, unlocked the door. The mug was on the kitchen table. Warm. I checked the footage. All 3 cameras. Nothing. Not a flicker, not a shadow. The kitchen camera showed the table the entire time. The mug was not there when I left. The mug was there when I came back. And nothing on the camera moved. I sat on the floor for a long time. Just sat there. And then I heard it. From the 2nd bedroom. A sound. Soft. Like someone adjusting their weight in a chair. I didn't go in. I want you to understand that. I have never felt fear like that. Not terror, not panic. Something older, the kind your body knows before your brain does. I stood in the hallway. For 4 minutes, I counted. The sound didn't come again. I eventually pushed the door open. Nothing. Boxes, dust, stillness, but the chair. There's a folding chair in that room. I'd forgotten it was there. Against the far wall, collapsed. It wasn't collapsed anymore. It was open, facing the window, and on the floor beside it, a ring. Moisture, still wet. I pressed my finger to it. Warm, just that, nothing else. I called a locksmith that night, changed every lock, deadbolts, chain, everything. The next time I came home from a long day, the mug was on the table, warm. I have been trying to understand the logistics, how someone enters a locked house, sits in a chair, makes a cup of tea, and leaves, without triggering a single camera, without leaving a single footprint, without unlocking a single lock. I've gone over it, again and again. And the only answer I can construct is that they don't leave. They're still there when I get back, just still enough that I don't notice. Somewhere in the house, in the walls, in a space I haven't found, waiting for me to leave again, I've started to notice other things. The way my food runs out faster than it should. The way my blanket smells different sometimes, like another person's warmth. I haven't slept well in 6 weeks. I keep the lights on now, all of them. And sometimes, when the house is very quiet, I think I can hear breathing that isn't mine. I measured the house last week. I know how that sounds, I know. But I needed to understand the walls, so I got a tape measure. And I went room by room, measuring the outside of the house first, then the inside, wall to wall, every room, every corridor. And I found it. Not a room, not quite, but a gap between the second bedroom and the bathroom. A space about 4 feet wide, maybe 8 feet long, that doesn't exist on either side. I went back and forth 3 times, measuring again, checking my numbers. The gap is there. It doesn't belong to any room in this house. I pressed my hand against the wall in the second bedroom, the one that should back onto it. The wall was warm. Not the warmth of pipes, not the warmth of sun through a window. The specific warmth of a small, enclosed space where something has been breathing for a very long time. I looked for a door, a panel, anything. I found a section of baseboard in the hallway that doesn't sit flush, a gap at the bottom, maybe half an inch. I crouched down and looked through it. Dark, but not empty dark. The kind of dark that has something in it. And from somewhere inside that dark, warmth coming toward me, slow, steady, like breath. I stood up. I walked to the kitchen. I sat down. And I understood finally why the cameras never catch anything, why the locks don't matter, why it only moves when I'm gone for long enough. It doesn't come in when I leave. It's never left. It was here before I moved in. It was here before the locks, before the cameras, before me. And I think, and I could be wrong, I hope I'm wrong, I think it's been waiting for me to find it. I think the mug was never about the tea. I think it was an introduction. I'm writing this from my car, parked outside. I've been out here for 3 hours. I told myself I was too afraid to go back in. But here's what I've been sitting with. If they only come when I leave, then the house is only occupied when I'm not there. And if they've been doing this for months, then they know my schedule, my habits, my face. They've seen every room, read my books, touched my things, sat in my chair. They know me, and I don't know anything about them. I've been sitting here thinking, what does someone want who doesn't take anything, who just lives in your life, quietly, whenever you step out? And I keep coming back to one thought. What if they're waiting for me to stop leaving? I'm going back inside now. I have to eventually. But if you're reading this, think about the last time you came home and something felt slightly off. A chair, a window, a smell that wasn't yours. You probably told yourself you imagined it. I did too. If something just made you look over your shoulder, good. That's where it starts. You're listening to Darkness Frequency, where the stories don't stay in the screen. Subscribe. And whatever you do tonight, come home before dark and check the second bedroom, just to be sure.